reception at the hotel. And then for the 10 weeks after that, we have 10 different wine dinners. And we do those in our 2100 Prime restaurant, the hotel's restaurant. And each week we feature a different winery from California and Oregon. And what I brought along today is two of the wines that we're featuring at upcoming dinners. In fact, our next dinner on February 15th is Argyle Winery. And I brought along one of their Chardonnays for us to taste and talk about today.
Yes, you gave me a little chance there while you were chatting to take a sip. Our first sip of the week is the Nut House Chardonnay by Argyle in the Willamette Valley of Oregon. And what I love about this Chardonnay is that sometimes they can be overpowered by the oak. There definitely is some nice oak aging on this, but it's elegant, and you still get the fruit along with that warm toastiness. Absolutely. It's a balance, I think. What did you think?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. It's a lovely wine. I think they age it for about 18 months.
Yes,
as you say. And I found it a very interesting wine. It has a very interesting aftertaste. They describe it as pear, and I got that.
A nice long finish. We just keep tasting it.
Absolutely.
It retails for about $29.99 if folks would look to get it at a retail. But what's great about your wine dinner is that Roland Souls, the winemaker, is actually going to be present at the dinner. And who's going to tell us more about his amazing wines than Roland?
And that's the nice thing about these wine dinners. We limit the attendance to about 60 people each week.
Nice.
So we close the restaurant and it's fully booked, so there are no other guests in there, and the winemaker comes along and joins us and talks us through each of the courses and each of the wines that they're presenting. So we usually start off with a reception in our lounge for about 30 minutes or so. We move into the restaurant. I'll introduce the winemaker, and he or she will tell us a little bit about themselves, describe their winery, describe the types of grapes that they use and what they're doing. The nice thing about this, I mean, it's obviously a celebration of wine, but it's a celebration of food as well, and particularly some really terrific foods that work beautifully with the wines.
I love that. That's the whole fun of it. We have a segment called the Wine Sandwich, which you're going to have later in the show, but it's about food and wine pairing, sandwiching that wine with great food, and you guys are doing it. Now, speaking of food, I'm a big red wine lover, so let's talk about the red you brought. And this is from B.R. Cohn in Sonoma County. And this can retail at $19.99 at our home store, which is Wells Discount Liquors here on York Road. But you're going to have a dinner around that on the 22nd of February, where you're doing the same, right?
Yeah, and I brought along our Cabernet Sauvignon today. It's a 2009, and it scored very well. I think it's a 92 on Wine Spectator. And B.R. Cohn is another wonderful winery. And as you say, this is coming up pretty soon, February 22nd.
Yes.
A couple of seats left for that one.
And give the web address if folks want to snag those seats that are left.
Absolutely. CapitalWineFestival.com is where you can get tickets and learn more about the dinners and the wines.
And on the nose with this, you get that black fruit like blackberry, also some vanilla from some of that oak aging.
Very, very rich.
Yeah, very rich.
And very affordable. And you know, that's one thing that we actually tried to do. Our restaurant, 2100 Prime, the hotel is probably well known for the Jockey Club, the restaurant that occupied that space for many, many years. A pretty wonderful restaurant. But we reinvented it recently, and in doing so, we used to have a wine list of about 650 different bottles, and they ranged in price from $100 to $500. We really found that people dining out more often and more frequently, people really didn't want to pay that kind of money for wine. So we've limited the wine list just a little bit. Our wines range from about $35 to $100, so much more reasonable. So the wine that we're tasting here fits right into that mold.
It does. It's from the North Coast, so a little bit wider appellation. It's a little bit more affordable at that under $20.
Exactly.
And, you know, you have such a great background that you're bringing to the property because you've been all over Europe in hospitality for many years. I would just come in to listen to you.
Well, you're very kind. You're very kind. I'm from Ireland. You may or may not have picked that up.
Yes, I did. It's wonderful.
I've been in Boston for the last 8 years and just arrived here in the D.C. market back in July 2009.
Wow. Well, I'm really excited to see the festival go on. It goes on through March 28th, so you can go to that CapitalWineFestival.com, see all the other dinners, or people can just come out and see you, stay at the hotel, dine at the restaurant. And you have a Valentine's special, which I'll link to on my website.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Right? Thanks so much. Yeah, we have some really wonderful wineries coming up. We've Cake Bread. Unfortunately, that's sold out, but we have Chapelet, Martinelli, Clifton the Day.
I mean, the big guys.
Still to come. Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in. This has been fabulous.
wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Okay.